welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles coming up next.
Well, this 2024 season has been one to remember. Great games, great players, great finishes. And now, it all comes down to this. One game to decide it all. On this February night at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, this is Super Bowl 59. One game to decide it all. It's the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. At the end of the night, one team's going to lift the Lombardi Trophy. Who will it be? Thanks for joining us one last time for the season. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Greg, the big question surrounds the AFC champs. The Chiefs try to be the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls. What do they need to do to make it happen?
Well, I think the biggest thing in their favor, Mike, is the fact that this is not going to be a stage that's unfamiliar to them. This is something that has really become the expectation around Kansas City at the start of every single season. And you find yourselves as back-to-back Super Bowl champs, and you come in looking to make it 3. If they don't pull it out today, it's not going to be for lack of experience.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now a man who made the move inside the division. It's Saquon Barkley. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
Brings up second and a yard at the 36-yard line.
A good spot here. Second and a yard. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at third down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Hurts going to hold on to this one.
Great work there defensively, Mike. You could tell they were onto that one from the start. They were able to hold them to a short gain on the keeper and force the 4th down.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. That's fielded at about the 18. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, they're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game that allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Chance here for the first points of this Super Bowl. 1st down and goal. Here's Pacheco. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. Now he takes off. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3 and out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Man in motion is Smith. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he'll be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. There he goes again.
1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
The thing that stands out to me about this defense, Mike, is they just make you earn everything. They don't concede any downs. You see it here on this last play. Great job here. No gain. Forced 3rd down.
3rd and goal for Hurts. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Nice job there by Kelsey moving the chains, and to think he's in his 12th season, Mike, and he's able to continue to produce at such a high level. You can make an argument he's one of the most popular guys in the entire league, and he's still one of the best players regardless of position.
They put Kelsey in motion. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Patrick to throw. This caught right side by Worthy. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Really nice play there by Xavier Worthy. And if I'm a defensive coordinator around the league, and I'm thinking to myself, Mike, how do I stop this Chiefs offense? How do I stop Mahomes and Kelsey? Well, they just add the wide receiver that has the fastest 40-yard dash time in the history of the NFL Combine. I mean, the ability to take the top off, the ability to make those secondary players play that much deeper and open up everything else underneath. When he gets up and running, and he really finds his groove in this league, this scary offense just got a little bit scarier. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Hopkins sent in motion. And he's in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, KC. And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that one incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
On third down, it's Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. They get 16 on that connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Again, Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Philadelphia.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Eagles will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs offense ready to get back to work. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on second down. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On third down, Mahomes. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So after one here in Super Bowl 59, all even on the scoreboard. More from New Orleans after this. On fourth down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. Back deep for Philly, it's Cooper DeJean. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. There is a lot of room to operate.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Hurts again. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down, 3 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this. Then on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A pistol snap, back to Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
To the air again, Hurts. Taking off.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. They'll begin 1st and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 16 yards. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10. Patrick to throw. He'll look Hopkins' way again. This is also complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now it's P-Rod. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Pacheco.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A run. It's Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Gray is the motion man here. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. To the goal line and in. Noah Gray. Touchdown, Kansas City. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown, in time for the kickoff. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. This one tight throughout, all level at 21, as they'll search for a go-ahead score. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Hurts working in the pistol. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
A run up the middle with Barkley. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. Second and 7. On play action, Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Here's Braden Mann now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Tackle taken at the 21-yard line. It's the number 6. Brings up second and 4.
Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now to throw on second down. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards.
Automatic first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. A first down throw for Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
A gain there of 15. First down, KC.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Gray is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Gray is the motion man here. On second down, Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. We're back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. He's got it inside the 5. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Right back to the air from Mahomes. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Mahomes now to throw again. And he'll take it on in. Samaje Perine. Touchdown, Chiefs. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in this first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
Now Butker to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs go up by 7, 28-21. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To throw is Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes on first down. Taking a shot for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Two quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout, and continuing to master running and executing this offense. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On the ground, this is Piron. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On 2nd down, Pacheco. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
First down throw, Mahomes. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hopkins. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he's in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, KC. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Butker now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On the ground, this is Barkley. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Once again, it's Barkley. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for an Eagles first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Hurts. First down throw there is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. The throw on the run is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He's got his man. It's Smith. 15 yards through the air. First down, Philadelphia.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Hurts working in the pistol. There's that man again. Another catch.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he will score again. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. We've seen Jalen Hurts do this once before on the biggest stage in Super Bowl 57. He has equaled his total from that contest with his third rushing touchdown of this ball game. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the two-point conversion. He'll drop to throw. That one backed away and incomplete. Good work there defensively. The try for two does not work. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Perfectly timed blitz there by the linebacker. Remember, when you go empty backfield, there's no extra protection. All you have is the 5 offensive linemen. It could be feast or famine, but in this case, when you time it right, man, there is no back there to help protect the quarterback, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Mahomes. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here's Mahomes. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On comes the Chiefs punter. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. DeJean to return it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now this team's offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. And they'll begin it with 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Man in motion is Brown. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And he's going to be out of bounds and just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
A run with Barkley. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Hurts going to hold on to this one. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
That's a great job defensively. You could tell they sold out to stop the run here on 3rd down. And even if he hands this ball off, Mike, I don't think that play was going anywhere.
On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will cut the deficit down to 2.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
A run, it's P-Rock. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the...
Mahomes now on 2nd down. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And
he is in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Butker now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. team's ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Hurts. There he goes again. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. The open receiver is Dodson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Man in motion is Smith. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he will score! Game on! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's P-Rock. And a good, hard run. He would not be denied. Surging forward to pick up 8. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Play action here. Mahomes. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Down the field, he's got Kelsey. And he'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
You want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They put Kelsey in motion. He's got it inside the 5. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
To the goal line and in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. So that will tie the NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. First done by Sid Luckman with the Bears in 1943. And then Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 1954. We've waited a long time. Now they have company. And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. It's second down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Off the play fake, Hurts taking a shot downfield for Smith. And he will score! Game on! Devontae Smith, touchdown Philadelphia.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will cut it to a 2-point lead. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. This taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. 16 yards on the game, and a quick 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the 4th quarter. Massive 3rd down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's going to work out just fine. Good kick, well covered, touchdown at the 5. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's the tight end. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's the pick of the 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The game is 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll run. It's Barkley. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
On the carry, this is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Hurts working in the pistol. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's got his man. It's Smith. 2nd time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. That's to the right side. Caught by Goddard. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Important moment here, 3rd down and 4. Here comes Barkley. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. We'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal. So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to grab a late lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Here's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. There's that man again, another catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. They'll come up now for 2nd down. They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. they put Kelsey in motion. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Mahomes gonna throw here out. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. And the Eagles have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Wow, you talk about a compelling Super Bowl. That's as good as we could ask for, Greg. A struggle, tight till the end, but ultimately, one team had a little bit more, and they are now the champions.
And as in the case of